Okay, and we are loading Icy Cup Test Bug, a very interesting map. cVoRammlied, a Masters level Terran versus cVoSerphim, a very high diamond, almost Masters level Protoss. I'm thinking we're gonna have a very interesting game at our hands.
Me too. And just to talk about maps for a minute here, I want to see Blizzard incorporate player-made maps into the pool. Because I believe that some of the best maps we know in the whole StarCraft universe are not Blizzard-made. Like, Blizzard has some amazing maps like Metalopolis and Solnaga Caverns that have been with us like all the time. But maps like this one, Testbug, have been proved to be like really good maps for very interesting games, and we have seen them in the GSL and in other big name tournaments. So I want to see Blizzard open their minds and add this kind of map, because it's what people want. And map like this and Dual Sight and Crevasse, maps where amazing games take place and really well designed maps. And I want to see Blizzard incorporate them, because I don't know, Blizzard has this style of map that I tend to feel like I'm playing on the same maps, like different. There's two maps in the Season 3 ladder pool that are really the same. It's like Nether and Crypt and another one, and I just like them. And the Season 3 maps have been getting a lot of crap from a lot of people, which I dislike. So it's sorry to cut you out like that. Go ahead, Cosmos, and tell us what is going on.
Well, both of them opening very standard. Surfing, feeling pretty safe. I don't see why he would try and wall, but he isn't. Yeah, Rammlied. Oh, Rammlied stealing the second gas of cVoSerphim. Like we saw in OPEC, very interesting choice. Delays tech a lot. And
I'm just thinking, in the last game we casted, if Dermagerd had taken the second gas for
Vitality, yeah, that would have changed everything. He wouldn't have been able to record that Stargate.
The whole game. So, like, a thought for all players: if you take the gas for any player, you will get, like, there's a bunch of things that you need to worry about when you go into a game. Is he gonna rush me? Is he gonna go for some kind of cloak play and stuff like that? So if you take a second gas, you can probably count all sorts of heavy tech play out, because it's not going to happen.
Not to interrupt, but we do see Rammlied again going for that second barracks really early, not taking his own gas. Will we see a game similar to the one versus OPEC? I'm thinking we will. I don't know how well Surfim will be able to hold this off, but
you do need to take into account that, and the Nexus is getting planted for Surfing, so it might actually be more similar to the game versus OPEC than we could have thought.
But Surfing did get his, both his gateway and cybernetics score earlier, so he will have a better chance of holding this off.
Indeed.
So and it does look like a 2-Rax expand from Rammlied, so he's not all-inning this by any means. Taking both gas, probably going to transition into some heavier mech, or quite possibly Banshees and air.
I don't know about that so much, because Rammlied is a player that when he's going to go mech, he usually opens 1-1-1, harass with Hellions and harass with Banshees, and then just transition into mech. But like Day 9 said, why would you go into one direction to just completely change direction in the other, towards the other direction? He could be throwing down, I don't know, a factory or something, but getting those 2 racks...
And there goes the bunker.
Wow. Really fast bunker. Really good at Serpent.
The Marine's not even nearby to protect this. I don't know. I think that was kind of a little blunder on his part. Oh, yeah. Sniping the SCV, forcing that to cancel. Rammlied pulling back the Marines.
Indeed. So not seeing the same game we had with OPEC where he couldn't defend it all and he just GG'd.
Double factory going down. Orbital command almost finished for a second one. Energy getting a little high on. There we go. Just as I say that, Rammlied catches it. That's what you get when you're a Masters player.
And Rammlied you need to listen to more day knights. You don't build 2 Raxes to then cancel them overall, and those 2 tech labs are certainly going to be for those 2 factories, because he did drop them when those factories were halfway finished, which is the time that takes those tech finished.
Yeah. I don't know, I think it might prove to be, I don't know. I have no idea how this game is going to go out. Getting a pretty quick observer from Serphim, 3-gate expanding into Robo, that's pretty standard, but
working his way into 2 tanks, and
not even mining from his second gas. That's surprising. I don't think Serphim's planning on going heavy Robo at all.
We do see that.
Just as I say that, he puts more guys in, and a second observer. That's interesting. It's starting to become more standard to get more than 1 observer, because you get all that extra scouting information.
And it's true, and you can have both vision of all the tech going down and the army. So it's certainly very good to have that kind of vision in your opponent. And Protoss, although
he isn't moving those observers around very much. They're just right on top of his army. I see very little point in that, because the only close units are Banshees and
like it's been going for the whole game. Just as you say that, observer starts moving out.
Yeah. Maybe I'm just a little bit psychic, Hipster. Who knows?
Maybe you're telling the players somehow. I don't know.
Yeah.
And a lot of tank production going down right now, and siege mode is done.
Yeah,
so
just finished.
Interested how we're gonna see this play out, because Rammlied does have more production facilities than Serphim, and Serphim just right now is starting to build an Immortal, and very heavy on Stalkers, and not so much on Zealots. So I'm interested to see how this is going to play out.
There is the the Observer, that does see that he has expanded and going very heavy into tanks. Only seeing 1 Hellion, but that doesn't reveal much. Doesn't reveal that he's going Blue Flame, which is pretty interesting.
Another Expo
right under the Observer, so the Observer definitely knows that he's taking a 3rd. Serphim feeling safe and deciding to take a 3rd of his own.
Yeah, but I don't know, because the robotic space coming down right now for Serphim, and I don't know how he's going to use it.
There he goes.
Thermal Lance upgrade.
Thermal Lance and a Colossi. That's, I don't know. Knowing Serphim, I would have figured he would have done something zany like Warp Prism. Warp Prisms right now could be very effective, because Rammlied's army is going to end up being very static and having to slowly move forward. And it looks like Rammlied's going to go for a timing push, salvaging both of those. I'm feeling like he's going to move out pretty soon. Don't know yet. 3rd almost finishing for Serphim. And
well,
there he's moving out.
He is moving out. Bunch of Marines, many tanks, and a couple of Hellions with Blue Flame done for support. So if you think tank Hellion is basically the perfect metagaming for Protoss,
and the army's gonna hit. Will he siege in time? A lot of those tanks way further back than the others. I don't know what he's doing there. There, he's starting to move them up and spread them out.
Yeah, he's trying just to get a nice... Oh, and a bunker contained!
Yeah. Observer moving out to scout all of this. And,
it's a heavy
attack. Feeling very contained. He cannot saturate his 3rd from either his main or his natural right now.
It's terrible, terrible. Wow, this could... Rammlied...
I feel like if Rammlied took that Zelmaga tower right now, he would have so much more vision and be pretty safe. Going in for the attack. Pulling back. Not feeling very safe. Waiting for that 2nd Colossus. A 3rd Colossus in production. Ground weapons and armor level 1 in production.
the bunker line moving up, so he is going to slowly turtle into the Protoss's base.
Yeah, he is really just leapfrogging in. Those Colossi taking out one of them, and if Serphim breaks this contain though, Rammlied will be so far behind. He's not moved his third, not taken it. Still off of 2 bases, whereas Serphim is slowly saturating that third.
Yeah, very slowly but steadily, and he is building a couple cannons in his third in case he tries to move out, and just a couple of stalkers moving in there. Ooh, but a tank.
Oh wow, Serphim doesn't actually even see those extra bunkers. Now he does with that observer just moving out. And I don't know if he tried to move those out. He's got to get those zealots in front to tank those damage. And here's can Serphim actually move those Colossi up on that high ground? I'm not sure if he can.
I don't think so.
And look at here, Hipster. So many more tanks and Hellions moving out to surround the other end of the third.
And he is
Rammlied being bold and taking the gold. Didn't mean for that to rhyme, but hey, we got time.
Nicely played, sir.
Yeah.
So yeah, like such a big thing going on.
Yeah, putting the contain on the other end of the third. I don't see how Serphim can come back from this. But there is always that chance. If he breaks this siege line, Rammlied will be... I don't know. Serphim can come back in this game. So
Really
don't count him out yet.
From Rammlied, it's 5 bunkers in total, and a bunch of tanks spread out evenly around the bunkers with some Hellions sitting around there, and there is no route Serphim can take to get out of his main, his natural, and his third. And what I like is that
Rammlied adding some Vikings for some extra scouting and to help pick off those Colossi.
Oh, and the Colossi not being able to...
Colossi getting fired on. Those Stalkers not doing a very good job of protecting. And both armies are almost maxed.
Down. Terrible, terrible damage there. And all the little trophies going down the ramp.
That did not look good. And here's the push. Serphim has to do damage here. Taking down some of the bunkers, pushing the tank. But Serphim, I don't know. He's lost so much supply. I don't see how he can come back.
Wow, but just a couple tanks remaining right now.
Yeah. Wow, that's completely surprising. Serphim actually breaking that contain. Little bit of trash talk there with off Mylon. But Rammlied does have this gold, does have a 4th. He can remax.
Yeah, and the damage
so quickly.
The damage has been dealt. Both players traded armies quite evenly. Oh, and Serphim not waiting for remax, moving right on in with the 4 Colossus that he has.
This could do a lot of damage if he hits it right. But there's one tank going down. One tank not siege. Gotta take out those Vikings. There's Colossi will die. Wow. Wow, that is a lot of damage. This
still standing.
This is not how I expected this to happen. Serphim's production kind of behind now, but only producing Colossi, not warping in anything.
And not even worrying.
There goes the natural. Rammlied scurrying to siege up and protect his main.
Yeah, Rammlied moving up into the main of Serphim.
Does not know, though, that Rammlied has a 3rd and a 4th. But who cares if you have a better economy if your base is gone? I think that's how Serphim's thinking right now. I did not expect this at all, but I think Serphim might pull ahead. Though I don't want to speak too soon again.
Yes, that's the lesson that comes from this game. StarCraft is a game where anything can happen. And
if you look up here, Serphim, or Rammlied, does still have an army at front of his base. He is praying that that 3rd and 4th stay up, don't get scouted, still survive. Because if he keeps those up and still contains Serphim has to win with this push by this point.
Well, I don't know, because if Ramlight gets to